It was very moving for me.
That really touched my heart.
An honorable trip for the brave men and women who fought for our freedom.
I am deeply, deeply honored to be here.
A flight to remember and a chance to salute our heroes for their service.
The only thing that's important is freedom.
On this special edition of 13 Action News, we show you what it means to these men and women to board the honor flight and the gratitude they discovered.
I thank all veterans for service to our country.
Now, 13 Action News and Honor Flight Southern Nevada present a 13 Action News Salute to Veterans, proudly sponsored by Albertsons Vaughns Foundation. Welcome to our Southern Nevada Honor Flight Special. I'm Abel Garcia. I'm standing here at our Nevada State Veterans Memorial just north of downtown Las Vegas. Here we pay tribute to our men and women who fought and continue to fight for the freedom of our country. Now through this program, we're going to take you on a journey of a lifetime. Honor Flight Southern Nevada is a nonprofit organization that has been transporting veterans on a special journey, honoring their service and sacrifice for nearly 10 years.
It was very moving for me.
That really touched my heart.
For me is to see an 80, 90-year-old kind of shyly go like this, you know, wipe that tear, that the impact that it has on them.
And the hope of
The president of Southern Nevada Honor Flight, BELINDA Moore, says 2 times a year in the spring and in the fall, 25 veterans are selected to be a part of this trip. Veterans must apply or be nominated, then the selection process is completed on a first-come, first-served basis with priority given to World War II veterans or vets who are terminally ill.
I am deeply, deeply honored to be here.
Number up, we've taken 493 veterans from Southern Nevada. There's not a veteran on the trip out of those that hasn't had a moment during those trips that didn't affect them in some way.
The trip we joined took flight in late April and consisted of 24 veterans from all over Southern Nevada. Moore says Honor Flight is an all-expenses-paid trip weekend excursion. The nonprofit organization relies on fundraisers, donations, and sponsors to cover costs. It's a patriotic commitment, and Moore says it is worth every single cent.
I'm just glad to be here.
When that veteran says it impacted their life in such a positive way, and it gives them faith back in, you know, America after going on those trips.
The pandemic grounded Honor Flight, COVID stopping the popular tour for 2 years. Their last flight was in fall of 2019, and it didn't resume until last October. For some veterans, it meant a permanent pause.
We started calling those that were scheduled. And on that list of those that were scheduled, we had 3 pass away. We probably had 4 that got to the point where they were too unwell to go, because it was almost 2 years.
Moore says Honor Flight gives Americans a chance to show these servicemen and women how grateful we are for the sacrifices they made for our freedom. All 24 veterans that were selected from Las Vegas began their trip on Friday, April 29th, and they all reported for duty early at the Harry Reid International Airport. They were all ready to embark on an honorable trip filled with so much memory and reflection. It was a true privilege to be a part of this experience, and there was so much emotion from the very beginning, especially when we arrived to Maryland. The first day of Honor Flight started early. For some, keeping their eyes open was a challenge, while others were anxious to roll down memory lane, reflecting on their time of service.
See this kind of thing and know what happens, you want to break down and just cry.
Army Private First Class Henry Robinson, who served in World War II, says getting on this plane with others who lived through similar experiences makes him feel like he is not alone.
It's not only an honor, it's a very good experience.
Robinson told me he believes taking part in Honor Flight will help him heal from the wounds of war.
You can't carry that forever, you know, but a lot of guys do, and it'll shorten your life. You don't get past it.
It was a 5-hour flight from Las Vegas to Baltimore, Maryland. Honor Flight touched down right on time, but the veterans did not expect what was coming next. Stepping off the flight, cheers and applause greeted the veterans as they stepped into the terminal. Navy machinist 3rd Class Glenn Engel, who served in the Korean War, says it was one of the best days of his life.
People giving it that. And I thought, boy, that's really great. And the further I got into it, the louder the applause got for these veterans. It was very moving for me and brought tears to my eyes for a while.
For Corporal Larry Barker, who served in both the Marines and the Navy during the Korean War, the phrase, "Thank you for your service," goes a long way.
It feels good to know that you've done something that other people are appreciative of.
Some incredible men there, and for these veterans, several of them told me that it was uncommon for them to receive praise and applause for their service, and the experience made them proud. Mr. Plank served during the Vietnam War from 1963 to 1967. He says during his service in the Navy as a radarman, he faced many challenges, both in duty and heartbreak. He lost many friends who he considered family. Plank says Honor Flight has brought out emotions he's tried to block, but now he's finally healing from the pain he faced during the war.
The people here, they're from all over the United States and all over the world, and to have them come up and thank us, you have no idea after how we were treated when we got home what it means. You don't.
When Plank visited the Vietnam War Memorial, he found the names of his fellow sailors. It brought him to tears. Many of the veterans say their favorite part was when they encountered this little girl, giving them hugs and thanking each vet for their service, a kind gesture of love that spoke volumes. Mr. Plank also received her sweet appreciation.
I had to hug her back. She was so sweet, so cute, and it's to see her standing there, I mean, I wanted to take her home. I wanted to be her grandpa. This trip was filled with truly beautiful and touching moments just like that. Experiences these veterans will take with them for the rest of their life. And coming up on this Honor Flight special, our World War II vets are fast becoming a precious but declining resource. We introduce you to two men who made this flight so special, and a Korean War vet who was transported back in time. We'll be right back after the break. Back on this honor flight, we had two World War II veterans who were traveling with us. But every year, the number of World War II veterans is declining significantly. Those who are still with us are approaching 100 years old. So if you see a World War II vet, make sure to thank them for their service before they're gone.
About the island of Tarawa, they took 10,000 Marines killed to take that island.
Opening the wounds of war.
It's hard to remember, it's hard to think about it.
The number of World War II veterans is a declining resource. On this flight, there were two, Army Private First Class Henry Robinson and Navy Petty Officer First Class Alden Wadley. Their first stop Saturday morning was a place that hit home for these two men, the World War II Memorial.
Well, you stop and think about it, and the only thing that's important is freedom.
Emotions overflowed as they were greeted by the National Guard, playing the national anthem to honor those lost in war.
And the home of the brave.
The memorial took Robinson back in time. He says he reflects on the friends he made and family he created during his military service, and those who weren't able to come home with him.
The important thing is that you're an American. There's only so many people that can become one.
I am deeply, deeply honored to be here. I really am.
Wadley says he knows time is running out, but he needed to see this memorial before the end of his life. Still, the visit is bittersweet. He wishes his wife could have joined him.
I know she's listening to all of this. And I hope when I see her, she'll say I did okay.
After a touching experience at the World War II Memorial, all 24 veterans got back on the bus and headed over to the Korean War Memorial. Now we introduce you to another man who conveys the impact these memorials have on our servicemen and women. Korean War vets are also becoming some of our country's oldest group of veterans. There were 2 on our honor flight, and both were excited to see the Korean War Memorial. For one, it was as if he was a passenger on a time machine.
It's awesome. Like I said, whoever designed this, the artist, I'm sure he had to have been there, just like he stepped right back into Korea.
Corporal Larry Barker, who served in both the Marines and the Navy during the Korean War, says seeing the 19 stainless steel statues made him break down. He says the mural wall brought back so many memories.
Some guys thought we'd have it easy. It didn't work out that way.
I think of the guys that didn't come back, and that's terrible, but I see all these faces out here, and the guys that I probably knew at one time.
Barker says acknowledgement of his service is welcome, and he accepts it not just for himself, but for his fellow servicemen.
More people in the last, I'd say 5-6 years have thanked me for my service than in the 30-40 years prior to that.
Alden Wadley is 97 years young and Henry Robinson is 96. These men were our most experienced vets on this honor flight, and both of these World War II veterans were filled with so much energy. There was never a dull moment with Mr. Robinson. He kept us laughing and entertained throughout the entire trip. But one thing that was incredible to witness was his shift in personality. On the way there, he was a comedian and a jokester. But when we arrived to Maryland, in particular the World War II Veterans Memorial, he shifted in gears significantly. His emotions were starting to show and he became more vulnerable. There was even one point where he placed his hand on the wall, he looked down and began to cry.
It's so sad. Look at the people that have perished unnecessarily. Out of the 22 guys I served with, 18 of them got killed or wounded. And I just happen to be one of the lucky ones to, still be around.
Truly remarkable young man right there. When we return on this special, an emotional moment at the Vietnam War Memorial. A veteran found the name of his loved one on the wall and couldn't help but break down. We will tell you who that person was and what they meant to this vet. Welcome back. The Vietnam War Memorial was an emotional stop for many of our honor flight veterans. They said that once they arrived to this memorial and witnessed the 2 walls engraved with more than 58,000 names of people who died during the war, they say it was emotionally overwhelming. For one of our veterans, he says that when he saw a name, Michael K. Hastings, he wept. Michael was his brother. As he was etching his brother's name on a piece of paper at the Vietnam Memorial, Larry Hastings, who served as a Navy quartermaster during the war, remembered the day his brother was killed. It was March 1st of 1968. Now, 54 years later, Hastings not only gets to experience honor flight, but finally pay his respects to his brother, U.S. Navy Petty Officer 3rd Class Michael K. Hastings.
Brings back all the great times that had with him, and makes me wonder what times I could have had with him afterwards.
Hastings placed this frame under his brother's name. It had Michael's picture and a poem Hastings wrote for his brother. A farewell to the man he called his best friend, but Hastings told me whenever he receives a thank you for his service, he knows it's also an acknowledgement for his brother. Emotions continued high on the next stop for the honor flight veterans. Arlington Cemetery, the most sacred burial ground of our nation's fallen. A moment of reflection for Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Waters, who served in the Vietnam War, remembering those he lost.
I have many friends here, and some of the friends that passed away while I was here are buried at Arlington.
And as the tour reached the tomb of the unknown soldier, Waters' thoughts turned to all those unidentified.
Port! Arms!
Then, the veterans visited the U.S. Marine Corps War Memorial, depicting the raising of our country's flag on the island of Iwo Jima in the South Pacific. For many, one of the most iconic images from World War II, the design displays the bravery and strength of every Marine willing to fight and defend our country.
Freedom is not free. It's paid for with a lot of blood from a lot of Americans.
The day concluded with a visit to the Air Force Memorial, 3 stainless steel spires that mimic jet contrails and reach more than 400 feet above sea level. Each veteran touring these memorials was an emotional experience. They all reflected on their time of service. And coming up on this Honor Flight special, an emotional encounter that took one vet back to 9/11. You'll be right back after the break. Welcome back. A Guardian on this honor flight shares a moment he will never forget. John Ottery was inside of the Pentagon on 9/11 when the plane crashed into the side of the building and killed many of his very close friends. He shares what happened leading up to one of America's darkest days in history.
The things that people experienced that day and was just horrible. My biggest memory, as I look at that building today, that first night when I walked down the hill to go back to my car, it was still burning. And you could still see the flames down there, but there was a flag draped over the side of the building. And yeah, that's the picture I got in my mind.
Very touching and emotional experience there. It will certainly be a day we will never forget. After a weekend of both joyful and somber nostalgia, all 24 veterans packed up their bags and got ready to say goodbye to our nation's capital. Heading to the airport was a moment for them to reflect on their experiences, and for many of these veterans, they say the trip home was the most emotional part. For these honorable men and women, their honor flight was coming to an end. They arrived at Harry Reid International Airport as strangers, and they left Washington, D.C. as a family. Boarding the plane for the return back to Las Vegas, they were unaware of the surprise that was to come. Once the plane was in the air,
we are going to provide that to them on this flight right now.
Organizers pulled out a large envelope filled with close to 1,000 letters. Inside, dozens upon dozens for each veteran.
I don't know what came to mind, but it made me cry.
All from their loved ones, community members, and other friends. Letters of gratitude letting them know how much they mean to Americans and thanking them for their service. Receiving the mail was a first-class gesture for these veterans.
Amazing. They do such a great job with this.
A feeling that was overwhelming for some. During wartime, the U.S. mail was the only form of communication from home for many of these veterans. To receive the honor flight mail brought back that same feeling of connection.
It's heartwarming. There it is.
There was one from a little schoolgirl that had a nice little message, and I would love to meet her.
And after the honor flight touched down in Las Vegas,
It was a tremendous honor. I hope that I'm worthy of it.
from the moment these men and women got off their flight, hundreds of people were waiting to cheer for them. A first for many of these vets, especially those who served in Vietnam, who felt they were never given the proper welcome home all those years ago. And at baggage claim, hundreds more greeted our American heroes. Signs and posters covered with heartfelt messages, flags in every corner, and the sound of applause filled the air.
It brings tears to your eyes. It's just very emotional.
This honor flight, along with all the others, reminding everyone what it means to proudly serve this country.
We thank you so much for joining us on this Southern Nevada Honor Flight special. We salute all of our men and women who have served and continue to serve for the freedom of our country and our nation's military.